This video has been brought to you by Amped Airsoft and Steel City Airsoft.
Hello YouTube, sorry it's been a while. We've got footage, I just haven't had a chance to edit it and put it up on YouTube with a lot of personal stuff going on at the time. But anywho, I'm back here. I have most of my toys out here. Show a couple of them off and go over some stuff that I intend to do. I'm going to try to emphasize specific weapons when I go on the field, so that way you can kind of see. Hopefully I can add more segments at the end, so that way you'd see pros, cons of the weapons, as well as just me having fun with certain stuff. Anyways, some of my guns I have are name brand like G&G and KWA. Some are just cheapies that I've picked up from friends or in trades for backup guns or guns just to have. Nonetheless, from my first two videos, the most common one you've seen is my M4. It's the G&G Raider XL blowback. Nice gun, wasn't that bad. I think it was $225, $250, somewhere around when I first got it. I've got upgrades. I've got an AK length Sistema, I believe Sistema, type bore barrel. Upgraded the bucking, upgraded the hop up. Running the standard stick battery. I think I have a 9.6 1400. Just a guess on it. I used to have my bipod on here. I took it off because, well, it's not really my sniper rifle. After I had to drop the spring down in it because the FPS was way too high for CQB, it dropped me down to probably about 288, so I'm looking at a means of probably shortening the spring so I can up it a little bit more. But I played with my bipod, didn't really get a whole lot done with it. It was just more or less something for me to goof around with. But it's pretty much done just fine for me. I picked up a couple other weapons so I can try different play styles out. But this has definitely been my mainstay and the most kills I've gotten with this. The bipod itself, I put on my cheapie here, as you can see. This is a standard Springer FAMAS knockoff, nothing fancy. It's plastic body. It's got a mid-cap magazine, no winding. I think it holds probably maybe 100 rounds, 80 rounds, give or take. I got my scope sighted in. I run 3s in it. For CQB, it's an awesome little gun. Being a Springer, you know, I'm using it as a sniper because, let's face it, you can cock it and pull the trigger as fast as you want. I'm still going to outdo the gun easily with AEG. But as a sniper, it's nice because of the bullpup design, which some people don't like bullpup, some people do. The guns are designed, you know, the weapons platforms are designed for certain aspects of a battle. This isn't going to conquer every aspect, nor is an M4. They're built for different setups, different playouts. But the FAMAS, with the bullpup design, Springer gives me pretty good range and pretty good accuracy. So it's worked pretty well with the bullpup design. It's nice and compact, unlike some other bolt-action snipers that are the same length as me, and I'm 5'11". It's just easier to take corners and get hiding around. It does have slings. I've got metal sling on the back, a plastic sling on the front. I use them both. They have not wobbled, they've not broke, haven't had any issues with them as of yet. But then again, I try to make sure that my guns don't get damaged. I watch where I'm going, try to pay attention to what I'm doing. I have no issues with it. I've gotten quite a few. I don't have any footage with me using it, but I've gotten quite a few hits with it, had a lot of fun with it. I usually carry it as a backup gun with a different primary, and with Steel City they have the 2 embassies. If I get up in the embassy, I will pull this out and try to snipe across the courtyards. I've had a lot of fun with it. So don't knock the gun just because it's a Springer. It's all a matter of how they're used with and how they're played with. I've seen guys going with cheap $20 mini M16s and actually pretty much destroy people. It's all a matter of how you play, as long as you're having fun though. One of the other guns I have that I'm working on is the Echo 1 P90. I took the M4 barrel that used to be in my G&G M4 and put it in this just to give it a little bit more length. I have to get a suppressor to cover the end on it, but it does good. It has a nice fire rate. Accuracy is pretty good with it for being a submachine gun, SMG, I guess what it would be. The only issue I'm having with it is the little piece here. When I use mid-cap magazines, not high caps, they're not feeding right. I'm thinking it's the mags, but if you know any possible issues that pops up with them and maybe some fixes, leave them in the comments. I would appreciate it. Nice little gun. I've played with it. Like I said, I've gotten a handful of hits off of it, but since I have some issues with the mags, I don't really play with it that much, but it's a little bit of fun. Another gun that you've probably seen me with in one of the first two videos is my M9. I am a very big Resident Evil fanboy, so of course I got the Samurai Edge by WeTech. They did make one for Tokyo Marui, and before the fanboys attack me, I don't like Tokyo Marui, but there's nothing wrong with it. They are an awesome brand. I just tend to stay with something that's a little bit more reasonably priced. And my experience, I maintenance my guns like the real thing. I treat them with respect and make sure they're well taken care of. I've had no problems with reliability whatsoever. There are some advantages to having the Tokyo Marui guns, but down the road I might get some. But right now I'm pretty happy with what I have. But solid pistol, good weight to it, has a decent recoil and a higher rate of fire that I've felt out of it than the standard M9 with the ported slide, but that's just maybe me playing with it, maybe something I noticed, maybe it's something I thought I noticed, I should say. There's no hop up in it, unfortunately, but I don't see you really trying to snipe with this, so it's not that big of an issue to deal with. 25 foot, I can hit center mass every time, and I'd say probably 9 out of 10 times I'll hit head. But solid pistol, decent capacity on a mag. They do stack, so it's not just a straight line on your BBs. Make sure you get WeTech mags. I got a KWA because someone told me they would work with it. There's a completely different design on the mags. They're more narrow on top, so the KWAs go about halfway into the mag well and they get stuck. But nonetheless, love my pistol. The other pistol that you've seen in the video that I carry with is, if I remember correctly, a SEMA. They're about $80 at Amped Airsoft. It is an electric, non-blowback Glock. They're relatively cheap for 80 bucks. Battery runs in the front, a little bit of modification. You can run them off your smart charger instead of being ignorant and putting them on a wall charger and destroying your batteries. But nonetheless, has semi-automatic, has fully automatic. It shoots rather quickly. It's, for the most part, pretty decent on accuracy. It's very reliable. It does have an adjustable hop-up. I have had no problems with it. Yes, it's electric. No, it doesn't have blowback. But when you're playing in winter and your gas blowbacks are garbage because you can't get the performance you want out of them, this thing saved me more than once. I've used it every match. I've had a lot of hits with it, had a lot of fun with it. Has a tack rail in the front in case you want to put on strobe light or tack light or a laser sight, whatever you may find necessary. Me personally, I don't really need it. But it's a nice little pistol. The mags for it, the only complaint I have about the mags is you've got to be careful with them, what pouch you stick them in, because if you drop these, they're very thin and they're not very big, so if you drop them, they could be a literal pain to find. They double stack, so that's nice. If you get the Tokyo Marui ones, you got to do a slight modification by filing the nips at the top there, so that way they'll release the BB a little bit easier, because when you push it in, the mag doesn't go far enough into the gun to release the BB, so they end up getting stuck in somewhat, the mag, and not releasing like they should. But the main thing being, just watch what pouch you stick them in, make sure they're in there snug and you don't want to lose them, because that's more money out of your pocket. But nonetheless, it sits comfortably on my drop pouch, and it's been a lot of fun for me to play with. Let me see what else. The other toys I have, this probably being the best thing I've ever had. They're 20 bucks, it's steel mesh. Some people like their neoprene ones, all this other whatnots. I prefer the mesh because with a pair of goggles, I have yet to this day have my goggles fog up. I play for 12 hours almost 12 hours straight, not once have I ever had them fog up on me because my breath is not getting stuck and being forced up by my goggles. So I like them, and for 20 bucks, you can't beat them. Plus they mold more or less to your skin. You can kind of push them into where they fit snugly. They allow you to rest your cheek almost on the gun like you would without it being there, allowing you to use your iron sights or your red dots, scopes, ACOGs, whatever you're feeling fancy with. But no complaints with it. It's helped out a lot. Plus it's protected my face. I've had 40mm grenades hit me, tornadoes. I've had someone hit me in the face with a thunder bee because they weren't paying attention. It protects pretty well. The other new toy that I have recently, I have to thank Tom at SCA for working me a deal on this, is KWA KMP9. I confuse this with the MP7 or KMP7 all the time, but it's the MP9. I have a lot of fun with this gun. Very, very good fire rate. Very good, reliable gun so long as you maintain it and lubricate it like you're supposed to. I had the low power bolt installed for CQB. I have to thank Paul for that because he got it done real quick and easy for me. It cost me about 40 bucks for the low power bolt. I'll leave the price of the gun out just because I don't know what they're actually retailing for now, and I got this through a friend. I'm running an EOTech sight on top of it, so it's a very lightweight system. And with my eyes, I know some people don't use sights, they're pointless. I hate sights, whatever. And I use sights because my eyes acquire targets much faster with the reticules than they do running iron sights or point blanking. I tend to have a lot better, tighter accuracy pattern with a sight. I got an EOTech as well from a friend at SCA, and I have to admit this is the best sight I've ever played with. No, it is not the $400 real thing. It is just the $80 one that is more or less a red dot. But with the screen protector, which I think is like 12 bucks, it's must have on there so that you don't end up buying one of these and breaking your lens on your first match. It's been perfect, the reticule works awesome, and my biggest advantage and thing that I think I love the most about it, instead of, runs off of AA's. So instead of paying like $12 for a freaking watch battery that are a pain in the ass to find, AA's are cheap and you can find them by the box full easily no matter where you go. So it's a nice little advantage for me. But no, I've run this. The system itself, even with the mag in, which speaking of the mag, I have to thank KWA for their lovely metal nipples on top instead of the plastic ones, so you don't ever have to worry about breaking it when that slide hits, because I've heard a lot of complaints about them. But even with the mag in the system, the gun is very light. I can literally run all 12 hours with this thing and have absolutely no fatigue whatsoever. A beautiful, lightweight made system. I think it's the KWA's MP7s are the newer ones. A lot of people have come to rather like them a lot. I haven't really got a chance to play with one myself. I would like to get one in the future, but for now, this is a wonderful little toy that I've had a lot of fun with, got a lot of kills with. I usually run it as a primary now. I've actually dropped my M4 for this. I have 2 mags for it, and 1 mag stick, and I think I just need to get some silicone on it. The other item that I'm running as a secondary and sometimes as a primary is my other new toy, which is the UTG Tri-Shot. I have the Bravo model, which, to address an immediate issue, because a lot of people told me not to get it and complained greatly about it. This little fun piece right here comes loose and it drives everybody nuts and they try to rip it off. Down the hole here there is a Allen screw. You need a long enough Allen wrench to get into it and tighten it up, and it'll be shiny as new. I suggest if you buy the Bravo model, immediately take it off, get some Loctite, put some Loctite on the screw, put it all together nice and snug without wrenching on it and over tightening it, and it'll hold nice and solid for you. I like it. If you don't, that's your own preference, but all it takes is a turn of a screw and you can have it tight and you don't have to complain about it. The other thing I liked about the Bravo was, one, I got iron sights. Not that you need them with a shotgun, but it's a nice aesthetic. You have a tack rail as well, which is nice if you want to run sights. I don't really see a whole lot of use for sights. Maybe an open face red dot or something, because it's a shotgun. You're running 3 rounds per shot, so you shouldn't need to be pinpointing and trying to snipe people with it. It can be done. I've done it and I've had friends do it, but the gun itself though, the only complaint I have is the internal barrels. They stop right about here. Instead of running the length and giving you a little bit more compression and possibly some more accuracy, whatever. I have full intentions of cutting off the front barrels, which I'll lose my front iron sight, but cutting them off and putting a tri-rail piece on here that'll clamp to it, hold it, so I can run a tack light, because, well, that's one of the reasons I could actually see a tack light being advantageous is on a shotgun to help blind and then scatter shot. But anyways, I'm going to take a break for a second and then start up the video again. So anyways, I'm back. Fortunately my dog got loose, so I had to go bring him back in the house. But as I was saying, had a lot of fun with this. Enjoy this gun a lot. Don't knock it till you try it. Go out there, at least give it a shot. It is, like I said, a different tactic than running around with an AEG, but it is a blast to play with. I've had a lot of fun with it, and for, I think I paid 80 bucks for this. I think you can get the pistol grip version for like 40 at Amps. You can't beat the price. It's got good reliability, and they're a lot of fun. But I'm going to stop yammering and talking your ear off, because I'm sure most of you have cut the video short since it's running as long as it is. Hope to see everybody on the field. Love to play with you guys. Remember, have fun, play smart, keep your guns in gun cases. Don't be walking around the streets with them. Don't be taking them to school. It's not smart. You don't want to get shot for playing with a fake gun, and it's not as funny as you think it is. Don't get it banned for the rest of us. Always have fun, play safe, wear your goggles, don't get hurt, enjoy the sport. Hope to see you out there, hope to have fun with you guys, and as always, have a good day.